that it was in this season. Please, can we keep quiet there? Yeah. Stop that for a minute. Yeah. We read in the Bible that it was in this season that everyone in the old Roman Empire was directed to go back to their homes to be counted and registered in a census. It was then that the Lord Jesus Christ was born. And so I'm happy that I've come home during Christmas to plant trees with my brothers and sisters from our home county. Let me therefore take this early opportunity to wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas and indeed a prosperous New Year. This tree planting exercise, ladies and gentlemen, is a national event led by His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto himself. It targets to plant 5 billion trees over the next 5 years, which means we envisage that we'll be doing 1 billion trees every year. This is an ambitious target, but it is also possible, necessary, and imperative. It is possible because if every Kenyan makes it their business, we only need to plant 1,000 trees each, given our population of slightly over 50 million people. 200 trees is all we each need to plant each year on average. The challenge, therefore, remains that in the case with all good and necessary things, almost everyone thinks that it is somebody else's business. And so nobody ends up doing a job which everyone can do because nobody did it. But as I've said, this job is necessary, and it's therefore incumbent upon all of us to embark on the ambitious project of planting trees. The recently ended COP27 meeting in Egypt on climate change showed that the world is sitting in a very dangerous place because of destruction of the environment. Global warming is a reality. Places like Siaya County risk sinking under the lake if we do not stop global warming. We have seen what happens in Ahero and Budalangi. Planting and nurturing trees to maturity has long been identified as one of the easiest methods of conserving the environment, and today, one of the methods of stopping and reversing climate change. Siaya, and indeed the entire lake region, was once long ago a very attractive green country. We had great rivers with clean and safe waters. The Yala swamp, enriched by the Nzoia and Yala rivers, has for long been known The Yala swamp, enriched by the Nzoia and Yala rivers, has for long been known to be a basin of fresh waters. It is the seedbed of fish we all enjoy eating in this region. Our county has been the home of scenic trade hills like Mbaga, Odiado, Akara, Regea, Nyambare, Usenge, Ramogi, Rambugu, Abiero, Sirafuongo, and Naya hills. This environment, ladies and gentlemen, has been home to numerous bird and animal species, some of which are now disappearing because of destruction of the forest cover. But also going with the trees are the rains and food. Our forefathers and mothers knew the importance of trees in attracting the rains, although they were not as learned as we are. They also knew that trees give us the fresh air that we breathe. Without rains, there will be no food for us and indeed even for our animals. In fact, there will be no life. And I do not have to remind all of us what happens when there is no fresh air. Planting trees, therefore, is not something we can gamble with or debate. It is absolutely necessary. I want to thank everyone who has turned out to participate in this exercise today. We will see even more of this next year during the long rains. For this exercise fits into our Kenya Kwanza development pillar of strengthening agriculture and making food available and affordable to all Kenyans. When we say that we want to reduce the cost of living, ladies and gentlemen, we must not be satisfied with treating the symptoms of the problem. We must go down to the root causes. And that is what an exercise like tree planting will achieve. It may look long-term and tedious, yet it has no viable alternative. Tree planting also creates employment for the youth. Indeed, for us to plant 5 billion trees and more, we need seedlings. This is where both individuals and organized groups can take advantage of opportunities the Kenya Kwanza government is giving us to generate money for themselves. Fruit trees have the additional advantage of being both sources of food and income. I encourage each one of us to go beyond the present exercise and plant some fruit trees at home. Some fruit trees like avocados, pawpaws, guavas, and mangoes can be found within our homes and neighborhoods, even without anyone growing them. Such trees show natural inclination for our environment. They also tell the story of opportunities that we have missed. If we deliberately set out to grow them on a wide scale, they will provide jobs in cooperatives, transportation, and even in value addition. The value chain is, in fact, just amazing. Beyond all this, ladies and gentlemen, we need trees for obvious things like shelter, building, and construction. When used intelligently, trees can be pruned for wood fuel. Unchecked fruit-free tree cutting for charcoal and firewood is, however, dangerous in the long term. There used to be a slogan in our country that if you cut one tree, plant two. We must get back to that and even improve on it. If you must cut one tree, please plant 10 trees and nurture them to maturity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very noble exercise. It should be a continuous exercise. Let us not stop at what we are going to do today. The only way we can mitigate against the effects of climate change is by planting trees. Personally, I'm very passionate about planting trees. As we speak today, I've planted 650,000 trees, and it is my target that during the long rains come April, I shall have hit the 1 million mark. Let us join hands to make our environment as green as possible. That is the only way that in the long run we can facilitate and ensure sustainable food security. I want to thank all the partners who have joined hands to work with the national government and both the county government in this noble initiative. To all of you, thank you very much. We look forward to working with you now and in the foreseeable future. With those many remarks, I thank everybody who has participated in today's event, and please let us go ahead in planting trees as we move into the new year. Thank you very much.